We want you to wipe your own ass. We want you to pick up after yourself. We want you to not be obnoxious. We want you to not be obtuse. You know that I hold the space for a lot of things here, but what I don't hold the space for is people who are taking up too much space. Now, listen, there's a figurative and a literal meaning behind both of these things. Figuratively, you should take up the space that you need. If you have an idea and a concept and something you want respected, something you want celebrated, something you want understood, that's taking up space. It's taking up creative space. It's taking up mental space, emotional space. It's so important. We have to hold the space for one another to have viewpoints, to have ideas, and hopefully different paths to the same goal, which is the inclusion of everyone. But there's also taking up space literally. And when you take up space literally, there's no need to take up someone else's space. You should take up exactly as much physical space as you need for as long as you need it. But if you don't need it and you're just taking up the space for no other reason than because you're a hog, that's just you being obtuse. That's you being obnoxious. There's no need for that. There's no reason for that. Those two things, figurative and literal, are not the same. We have been taught that we deserve respect, we deserve dignity, we deserve for people to see everything that we need so we all have equal access to things. And of course, that's being challenged politically, socially, financially, on social media, our family, our friends, all of that noise is happening. But this is when we separate ourselves. This is when we realize that other people around us matter. I never understand why when I'm on an airplane and someone walks in with a backpack, that they forgot that they have a backpack on. They just have it on and slam into people and bend over and knock people. Oh, I didn't know you were there. You didn't know? You didn't know that the aisle is this big and you're this big. And then your backpack is this big. How are people totally unaware that their backpack might be hitting someone else? It might be hindering someone. It might be sliding across the head of someone who's seated and ripping their glasses off. Totally unaware. Oh, sorry, were you there? No, I wasn't. It was an apparition. Nobody was here whatsoever. You were the only person here. People really believe that when they're walking around. Oh, well, I have my backpack on. I don't have to be concerned about anything. It is what it is. The same idea for me goes with people who go to a register with a shopping cart full of stuff, and that's where they decide what it is that they're going to buy and not buy. They have some shirts, they have some shoes, they've got housewares. And when I say this, I'm talking about Ross, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, which are absolutely not boutique stores. So I get that. What I don't understand is why just because something is discount, everybody has to behave discount. Like, it just seems so strange to me that somebody would go, all right, well, now I'm going to hold up the whole line because I have to get on FaceTime and show somebody, you think I should get this top or not? This top is really cute, but it's $12.99 and this one's $7.99. What do you think? Yeah, I don't want to take that one. And then all of a sudden there's just like a whole bunch of go backs. You could have just looked and said, you know what? I think I'm going to go with this one. Why do you need everybody else's opinion on FaceTime? I'm so confused why everyone else should have to wait for this, wait for you to decide this. It seems weird to me that someone would expect this type of behavior until they are inconvenienced by this behavior. And then they're like, oh, I can't believe this person would do that. But most of you are doing that as well. You're inconveniencing everyone else because that's what's convenient to you in that moment, instead of just doing what everyone does. Hey, let's not do this. Let's just figure out what we want. I don't want these shoes after all. I'll go put them back on the rack and that'll be fine. Instead, you go shopping and you go, oh, let me look at this pillow. And then a pair of marked out high heels for $9.99 fall on your head because somebody was like, I don't want that. I'm just at Ross. What's the big deal? It's just Ross because you decided it was just Ross. You decided that the people that work here deserve to do extra work because you wanted to come in and get a discount, and everybody that works here should be at your beck and call. It's not boutique. It's not a boutique service. I've even seen people at Ross ask if someone at Ross could call another store for an item. You know better than that. The same idea for me goes with people who order a coffee or a tea or some item that has a variety of flavors. So a variety of smoothies, those kinds of things. And they say, well, what does the green tea with citrus have in it? And then the person says, oh, it's a green tea with a citrus infusion. Oh, okay. So does that taste like oranges? Well, there's a citrus taste to it. So it's several layers. It's lemon and it's a few things. Oh, yeah, I don't like that. Okay. Does the latte have milk in it? Because I don't do any kind of milk. I don't do any milk. Well, yeah, we can make it with a milk substitute, but it'll be a type of milk. We can do it with a nut milk. We can do it with an oat milk. I don't do milk. Okay, well, all of the lattes that we have are going to have milk. Yeah, I don't want that. Do you like the peanut butter grasshopper smoothie? Well, I've never had it, but a lot of people do order it and they like it. Does it have real grasshoppers in it? No, it doesn't have real grasshoppers in it. It's green, and it's also March, so it's a play on words and it's a play on color and season. Oh, okay. Well, okay. The lemon lavender lemonade. Does the lemonade have lemons in it or is it just lavender? People at McDonald's. What's in the cheeseburger? Really? You've never been anywhere. Like if you're somebody that was living in a storage container since you were like 9 years old when you were abducted and you're now 27, I get it. Like it's going to be a special time, but that's not the majority of people. That's not the majority of the people. Majority of people go, I drink coffee. I want a hot coffee. I'm at a coffee shop. Let me ask, like, do you have a coffee of the day? Can I get your largest cup? Can I get some whole milk and some sweetener? Like, why is it so? Maybe people don't have anyone to talk to. I think that's not the case. I think what people want is just to create as much drama and nuisance around themselves so that it seems like they are getting some sort of special treatment. I didn't know I had a backpack on. I didn't know I couldn't ask about the drinks. I didn't know that I had to turn a blinker on. I didn't know that I could hug the curb. I didn't realize that I had to put a shopping cart away. The person who doesn't return the shopping cart is I didn't realize. I don't work here. It's not my job. Well, we don't work here. And it's not your job to clean the shopping carts and put them back inside the store exactly where you found it. But my God, we're all living here. We all have to exist together. Just get the shopping cart to the safest place possible, to the front of the store, somewhere where the person whose job it is to wrangle the carts says, oh, the cart that we loaned to you, I see you put it back in an area where I can pick it up and put it back inside. But just randomly, well, I'm done. Oh, well, I'm done. These are the same people who go to the food court in the mall and they eat and they leave the bags and the tray and everything sitting there. And they're like, oh, okay, well, I'm done. They just walk away. There's trash cans for that. No one's asking you to disinfect the table, but other people are going to have to use that. Somebody used it before you did. You have to pick up your trash and take it over and dump it out and put your tray up there, and then someone will come collect all of that. But to just, whatever, I don't care. It's just like people going to a restaurant and they have kids with them. Kids are going to make a mess. It's going to happen. That's how they learn. They have to go to a restaurant at some point. They have to learn how to order things. They have to learn dexterity. They're children. They don't know. But the parent's job is to look and go, oh, geez, we've made quite a mess here, haven't we? And they pick up as much as they can and they say to the server, I'm so sorry. And the server, for the most part, is going to say, it's okay. We understand. People are eating here. They're going to spill something. They're going to drop something. We understand you have a child. But to just go, well, since they're going to pick it up anyway, I'll just leave everything there. Oh, well, we'll just throw a hamburger on the ground. It's funny. It's fine. It is what it is. I don't care. I paid for the food. That entitlement is so weird. And then, of course, it's a different day. It's a different age. I understand everyone's got recognizing that we each have our own place on a spectrum and we all have our own place here and there. And we all have our own needs and expectations and desires and abilities. You have to know that you can't just throw your trash on the ground wherever you are and it's somebody's job to pick it up. It's not somebody's job to clean up an entire crime scene every time you leave a restaurant or every time you leave a food court or every time you leave a movie theater and you throw your popcorn everywhere. I get it. Maybe you have somebody with special needs. Maybe you have special needs. But the reality is you have to do your best to say, I understand that this is a difficult situation. I'm going to at least pick up the hamburger off the ground. My family, for whatever reason, dropped this on the ground. I'm going to do my best so that I don't take up other people's space, other people's time. And then the person will say, don't worry, we understand. There's crumbs on the ground. It's going to happen. I'm mind boggled when I see people in restaurants just not using it as a teaching space, not using it as a space to say, it's my responsibility. It's not my child's responsibility if they don't understand. It's my responsibility. I just have to step in. I have to fix it. And I have to say, hey, we have to try to keep that stuff on our plate. If we don't want to eat it, that's okay, but we can't throw it against the wall. Like these are, I would imagine this is what makes parenthood very difficult because you're governing yourself and governing someone else and you're sending along those things. And people who don't end up growing up and getting on airplanes and bashing people in the head with their backpack. Or they end up opening up the overhead bin and just throwing their suitcase in however. They can see that it'll fit 4 suitcases, but they're going to put theirs halfway out so that somebody else has to come over, move it, pull it to the side, and then have everyone else stack it. And they're like, oh, well, I don't work here, so what do you want me to do? We want you to wipe your own ass. We want you to pick up after yourself. We want you to not be obnoxious. We want you to not be obtuse. We want you to take up the space that you absolutely need, whether it's physical or figurative. But don't take up someone else's space and don't think that your need for space means that somebody else has to be sacrificed. It's not fair. Do you want to see me take a break? Because I think you want to see me take a break.